Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. Welcome to your next class of mini mock series. I hope everybody is doing very well, guys. And tell me who has joined the session. So let's everybody join the session and then we'll start. So in the till the last class we have seen two mock tests, in which one mock test based on the network and the analog. The next mock test was based on control, and then the subject was the signal system. Now today we are going to do questions based on our network theory as well as the control system. So there will be a mixed question based on network theory and control system. So let's everybody join the session and then we'll start. So first of all, bachcho, share the session among your friends and also in your study group, so that everybody can watch these kind of sessions, and you are going to get excellent questions from here, and also your practice is going to be good, very good, once you completed this particular classes. Okay, so tell me who has joined the session and then we'll start. Okay, so let me introduce myself. My name is Shan Mudgal. I have a 7+ year of teaching experience. I'm a gold medalist from NIT Allahabad, 7 times GATE qualified, and these are my area of expertise. And right now we are doing the analog electronics, right? Or also, sorry, my fault. Right now we are doing network theory and control system together of these questions. So before starting a session, let me give you complete information that on 22nd November, Rakesh sir is going to bring a session over the topic of comprehensive 1-year plan to conquer the GATE 2025. So if you are preparing for this particular GATE examination, you have to attend this session so that you can make your study plan, you can make your mindset how you can avail a good score in your upcoming GATE examination and how you can study well. Also guys, we have launched our scholarship test for our GATE examination that is going to be held on 26th November between the 9 AM to 9 PM. So don't forget to register for it. You are going to get 90% scholarship on all our programs. Okay, so let's start our class with this session, with this question. Let's start our class with this question. It is actually S. It is actually S. KDS. It is KDS. Okay, so let's start our session with this question. So let's read the question completely. Let's read the question completely and tell me what will be the answer here. There's a small typing mistake, but don't worry about it. So we have given a closed loop control system with PID control is represented by shown below diagram, where Ki and Kd are the positive constant. The response of the system is critically damped when Ki equal to 0. The limiting value of Ki such that the stability can be maintained. Okay, so try to solve this question. Let's try to solve this question. And also share the session among your friends so that more and more students can join the session. So that more and more students can join the session. Also tell me who has joined the session. Is there a problem in a comment section? Let me check on my mobile. Is there any problem in a comment section? No problem. And those students who are watching live, there I will give you one important point, that better try to come and watch the live sessions. I know there are a lot of people who are watching the recorded session, so please try to come and watch the live session so that if you got any doubt, you can ask your doubts in a live session. Okay, how you can solve this question? Tell me. Easy, just you need to go through the question carefully. So in the question, it is given that the response of the system is critically damped when Ki equal to 0. So what is the meaning of critically damped response? What is the meaning of critically damped response? Can anybody tell me? Okay, the value of zeta is equal to 1. So first of all, when Ki is equal to 0, can I form my GSHS? The GS will form like this. When Ki is equal to 0, the GS will be 10 plus 10 KDS, 10 plus 10 KDS multiplied by 2 divided by S plus 4, right? Now what will be the characteristic equation? Characteristic equation will be 1 plus GS HS equal to 0. So here it comes out to be, take the 10 outside, it will be 1 plus KDS divide by S plus 4 is equal to 0, right? By solving this, we will get s square plus 4 plus kd, sorry, my fault, 4 plus 20 kd, 4 plus 20 times of kd multiply by s plus 20 equal to 0. Yes or no? We are going to get this type of equation. Yes or no? Now, according to question, when ki equal to 0, the system is critically damped. So it means I know the value of zeta. Zeta is equal to 1 in a critical damped situation. So first of all, omega n whole square is equal to 20 here. Omega n comes out to be root 20. I hope you know how we can write down this. This is a simple equation that is going to be comparison between the general equation of a second order system. So we have 2 zeta omega n. 2 zeta omega n is equal to 4 plus 20 kd. Okay. Now for the critically damped system, the zeta is equal to 1, omega n is equal to root 20 is equal to 4 plus 20 kd. So from here the kd comes out to be 2 root 20 minus 4 divided by 20. So by solving this, the kd comes out to be, let me use the calculator. Meanwhile, everybody should use, everybody find out the answer. If you think there is some calculation mistake, you can tell me. If you think there is some calculation mistake, you can tell me. Let me solve this particular concept. So it is, so 0.247. I guess we are getting 0.247. Let me try it again. Let me try to solve it again. Also, there are many people online. Tell me, guys, what will be the answer here? 0.247. We are getting 0.247. Absolutely correct. 0.247. The KD comes out to be a 0.247. So why we require KD here? The point is why we require KD, because in the question they are saying we need to find out a value Ki, but the KD is also the unknown constant here. So that's why with the first information we have find out the KD. Now the question is, I need to find out a value Ki such that stability can be maintained. Now stability, for find out a particular constant for stability, we can use the Routh array. So for that again, now what is 1 plus GSHS? So here you can see 1 plus GSHS. Now this complete is GS. Now this complete is GS, which is 10 plus 10 Ki by 5. It's not 10 Ki by 5. Let me check the question. It's not 10 Ki by 5. Sorry, this is wrong. It is 10 Ki by S. This is 10 Ki by S, not 5. So it's 10 Ki by, it's 10 Ki by S. It's 10 Ki by S plus 10 KDS. Now KD is what? KD is 0.247. So 2.47 S. This is 1 plus GS. This comes out to be 1 plus. It is also 10. It is also 10. My fault. It is also 10. So 10 plus 10 by Ki, 10 KDS, GS, 2 divided by S plus 4 equal to 0. Yeah? Any doubt here? Any doubt here? Now can we solve this thing? Just make a characteristic equation here. It comes out to be S square, or we can simply take the LCM here. So it comes out to be S square plus 4S plus. Now if I take an LCM here, it will be S plus 4. So it will be 20 S plus 4. It will be 20 S plus 4, or 20 S plus 4. Let me correct this thing here. It comes out to be 20 S plus 4. I'm doing it correct now. If there is some calculation mistake, you can tell me. So it comes out to be 20 Ki S plus 4, and here it will be 4.94 S square S plus 4. Okay, it comes out to be this way. Any doubt here? It comes out to be this way. Now we can solve this thing. So it will be 4.94 S cube plus 4 multiplied by 4.94. I can do this and then plus 1, right? So what we can do here, we can multiply 4.94 multiply by 4, 4.94 multiply by 4 plus 1 here. It comes out to be 20.76 S. Okay, right? Let me check one thing also, if there's some mistake I have done. It will be s square plus 4s. Fine, it comes out to be 20 s square plus 20s plus 4s. There is no problem here. Then moving further, it will be 10 ki or 20 ki multiplied by s plus 4. Okay, do one thing. I guess I have done one mistake here. Let's do one thing. No, do not skip the step. Do not skip the step. I have done one mistake here. Let me correct that mistake. Meanwhile, people are online. You should try to solve this question, guys. 20 divided by s plus 4, plus it comes out to be 10, or we do one thing more. We can do one thing more. Instead of write everything else, so it comes out to be 10s plus 10 ki plus 2.47 s square multiplied by 2 divided by s square multiplied by s plus 4 is equal to 0. So from here we have s cube for s square plus 20s plus 20 ki plus 2.47 or 20 ki. Okay, 2.47, it will 4.94 s square equal to 0. So it comes out to be s square plus 8.94 s square plus 20s plus 20 ki is equal to 0. So this is the characteristic equation we have. This is the characteristic equation we have. Now what we can do, we can draw the Routh table here. So s cube, s square, s1, s0. So what is the first row? It will be 120. What will be the second row? It will be 8.94. It will be 20 ki. Right? Now here, what we'll get? 20 multiplied by 8.94. So we can use the calculator. We got 178.8 minus 20 ki divided by 8.94, and here it will be 20 ki. Now what is the Routh table? Now you know, for the stability in this question they are asking what? They are asking to maintain the stability. To maintain the stability, this must be greater than 0. To maintain the stability, this must be greater than 0. What will be the limiting value of ki? So to maintain the stability, it must be greater than 0. So 178.8 minus 20 ki must be greater than 0. Ki must be less than 178.8 divided by 20. So it comes out to be, let me use the calculator again, 8.94. It comes out to be 8.94. So the limiting value is 8.94. So the limiting value here is 8.94, and that will be the answer here. That will be the answer here. So this question of control system, if this type of question, then that will be a 2-mark question, because first you need to find out KD with the information you have that the response is critically damped. Next, using the Routh array, we have find out the value of Ki. Next, again, good question. It's a 2-mark question. Again, it's a good question. Try to solve this. We need to find out the resonance frequency here. We need to find out the resonance frequency here. For the circuit shown here, we have given the value and we have given the magnetically coupled circuit. We have given a magnetically coupled circuit also. Okay. So, okay, sir, location, okay. So tell me guys, who has joined the session? Tell me everyone who has joined the session. In the circuit shown below, R is 30 ohm, C is 10 microfarad, and L1 and L2 are given, and also the M is given. Then the resonance frequency of the given circuit is dash hertz. Now the simple concept of resonance frequency is that the imaginary part of total impedance will be 0. Imaginary part of total impedance will be 0. That's the main concept. So the point is, you need to find out a total impedance here. We need to find out a total impedance here. So if I assume that here the current is I1 and here I'm assuming the current is I2. Okay. So what will be the total impedance here? Total impedance here will be source voltage divided by I1. The total impedance here is source voltage divided by I1 seen from the source terminal. Seen from this particular terminal, it will be V divided by I1. So we need to find out a ratio of V and I1. We need to find out the ratio of V and I1. If if we will find out that, then we can make it a 0. Sir, why we have to take HS? Where is HS? Gayatri, where is HS? Are you talking about the last question? In the last question, there is no. Are you talking about this question, HS? The HS here is 1. HS here is 1. Because it's a unity feedback system. It is a unity feedback system. The HS here is 1. So when you write down the characteristic equation, it is 1 plus GFHS equal to 0. Okay? Now, magnetically coupled circuit. So you need to draw a magnetic circuit here. I hope you know how to draw this. I hope you know how to draw this. If not, then you can ask from me. Otherwise, I am hoping that you know how to draw this. Okay. It is R. It is, I can say J omega L1. It will be J omega L1. It will be J omega L1. It will be J omega M I2 plus minus. It will be J omega M I1. It will be SL2. This will be 1 by SC. Okay. Now let me tell you guys, whenever the two currents entering the dot, you have to replace by the dependent voltage source such that the polarity is that they are entering the dot. Okay. Dot means the positive. Remember this. Dot means the positive. So for a dependent source, I have to write down positive here because here you can see I1 and I2 are entering the dot. That's why the positive will be like this. If you assume the current in reverse direction, for example, if you assume the current in this direction, then the polarity here will also reversed. Okay, remember this. This is the meaning of dot polarity. Now here what we can do, we need to find out a ratio of V and I1. We need to find out a ratio of V and I1. So first we need to find out a relation between I1 and I2 using this particular loop. So I can apply the KVL in this loop. Let's apply the KVL in this loop. So if I apply the KVL in loop 2, okay, so it will be I2 1 by SC, or do one thing, write everything in J omega. Do one thing, write everything in J omega. Because in the end we have to convert it. So there is no need to write down in S. Also one point guys, also one point here bacho. If you want to solve it in a form of Laplace domain, in S domain, then in the last step you have to convert it into J omega. Okay, that is also the point. So here I can write down what is I2. Wait a sec. Here we can write down what is I2, 1 upon J omega C plus J omega L2 plus J omega M I1 equal to 0. From here I2 comes out to be minus J omega M I1 divided by 1 upon J omega C plus J omega L2. Yes or no? I2 will come out in this form. Now what you can do, you can take J common. Then it comes out to be minus omega M divided by, if you take a J common, it comes out to be omega L2 minus 1 upon omega C I1. Okay. Now put every value here. I2 is equal to what is M? M is 10 millihenry. So minus omega into 10 raised to power minus 3 divided by, again L2 is what? L2 is 20 millihenry. Okay, minus 1 upon omega, what is C? C is actually 10 microfarad. 10 into 10 raised to power minus 6 multiplied by I1. So I2 will be how much? So what we can do here, we can multiply above equation by 10 raised to power 5. So 10 raised to power 5, so 6, it becomes 10 raised to power 3 omega. Here also it becomes 2 into 10 raised to power 3 omega. Why? Because I'm multiplying it by, sorry, my fault. So what we can do, 10 raised to power 6 or 10. Okay, do one thing here. Just we can simplify in this form. So it will be minus 0.01 omega divided by, here we can cancel out, तो 0.02 omega minus 10 raised to power 5 by omega. Okay, multiply by I1. This will be the I2 in terms of I1. Any doubt here? Again, calculation mistake ho bata dena. Now we need to find out. Now we need to apply the KVL in equation number in loop 1. So if you apply the KVL in 1, if you apply the KVL in first loop, so see very carefully, it will be V is equal to I1R, V is equal to I1R plus I1 J omega L, L1 plus J omega M I2 plus J omega M I2. Now what is I2? I2 we have already find out here. I2 we have already find out here. So I can write down V by I1 is equal to R plus J omega L1 plus J omega M. What is I2 here? I2 is this one. I2 is this one. Minus 0.01 omega divided by 0.02 omega minus 10 raised to power 5 omega. Yes or no? Yes or no? This will be the equation here. This will be the equation. Yes or no? Tell me, guys. This is the input impedance you are seeing from the input terminal. This is the impedance you are watching from an input terminal. Now to find out the resonance frequency, the imaginary part should be 0. The imaginary part should be 0 here. So what is the imaginary part here? If you find out the imaginary part of V by Z1, that should be 0. What is the imaginary part here? You can see this is the imaginary term, which is omega L1. So omega L1 plus omega M multiplied by minus 0.01 omega divided by 0.02 omega minus 10 raised to power 5 divided by omega should be equal to 0. Should be equal to 0. Yes or no? This should be equal to 0. Now we have to put all the values. What is omega L1? What is L1? L1 is 20 millihenry. L1 is 20 millihenry. Or you can put directly 0.2. Okay. So let me check one point. Correct. So it will be how much? 0.02. Correct. It will be 0.02 omega plus what is M here? M is given 10 millihenry. M is given 10 millihenry. So it will be omega square minus 0.01 into 10 millihenry divided by 0.02 omega minus 10 raised to power 5 by omega equal to 0. Now this is the equation we have. Now we can solve this equation. We can use the calculator here. First you need to convert this equation to quadratic form, or in the form in which it can be solvable. Okay, understood here? Yes or no? Okay, understood here? Yes or no? Tell me, guys. Any doubt in this question? Any doubt in this question? Tell me. Do you have any doubt in this question? Okay, so after solving, you will get omega is equal to 410.9 hertz. Okay, now one more point. You can see, you can say one point here, ki sir, how we can solve, means the calculation is a very difficult here, or you can perspect this. The calculation is difficult here. So I will give you one particular basic idea. Instead of putting values here, what you can do, you can solve this question in a general form. You can solve this question using a general form, using the concept of L1, L2, M, R and C. Once you reach the final equation, you can put your values there. So you can also solve this thing. But lengthy nahi hai. What I am saying, कि first try to solve this question using a general form. Then you will find out a simple equation, put all the values there. Why it is seem like a lengthy equation? Because here we already put the numerical value. Here we have put a numerical value. It seems like a lengthier question. But yeah, this type of question will definitely come for 2 marks. And the resonance frequency questions are very important. Next question. The open loop transfer function of the unity feedback control system is given the phase crossover frequency of the system is. What is the phase crossover frequency? What is the phase crossover frequency? Tell me. What do you mean by hello Rishit? Tell me, what do you mean by the phase crossover frequency? Let me see whether you know it or not. What do you mean by the phase crossover frequency? Anyone? Anyone? Very simple question. Very simple question. Phase crossover frequency क्या होती है? Rishit, 180 degree होगा phase of GSHS. Okay. Lokesh saying at what omega magnitude is 1. Absolutely correct Lokesh. But a phase crossover frequency is the frequency at which the magnitude is 1. So here you have a GS here. You can put S equal to J omega. You can put S equal to J omega. So what will be the in frequency domain? It will be 80 divided by J omega plus 2 whole cube. This is actually in a frequency domain. Now, the frequency at which the magnitude is 1. The frequency at which the magnitude is 1 is the phase crossover frequency. So here, you can find out a frequency. You can find out the magnitude here. From here, we can find out magnitude here. It will be 80 divided by omega. It is omega square plus 4 raised to power 3 by 2. Raised to power 3 by 2. If I am not wrong, this will be the frequency, right? Now, the frequency at which the magnitude is 1. So, let's put the magnitude equal to 1. So, it comes out to be how much? 80 divided by omega. It will be omega square plus 4 raised to power 3 by 2. Raised to power 3 by 2 equal to 1. So, it will be omega square plus 4 omega 3 by 2 is equal to 80. Now we can do the squaring both side. If I do the squaring both side, it comes out to be this equation. If you do the squaring both side, it comes out to be this equation. Now you can solve this equation easily using a calculator, obviously. So try to solve this equation. Here it is a power cube. Remember, okay? So if we have a power cube, I can know the formula of a plus b whole cube. Do you know the formula? Yes or no? Do you know the formula here? Comes out to be 6400. Now here we can say it comes out to be a 6400. Yes or no? Yes or no? Now again we can simplify it. Omega raised to power 8 plus 12 omega raised to power 6 plus 48 omega raised to power 4 plus 64 omega square minus 6400 equal to 0. Sorry, equal to 0. This will be the equation. Sir, please check. It's not gain crossing. Okay, sir, please check. It's not gain crossover frequency. It's a phase. Tell me this. What is phase crossover frequency, beta? Tell me this. Now tell me. Acha, I have. Acha, you are saying. Acha, let me check the question. Question here. So you are saying. Acha, phase crossover frequency of the system is this. Okay. Fine. Okay, my fault. Correct, Rishit. Okay, try to solve it first. Try to solve this equation first. Try to solve it first. Wait a sec. Okay. You are right, bacha, you are right. They are talking about the. Okay, I got confused. They are talking about the phase crossover frequency, है ना? So try करो क्या होगा उनसे बताओ. हाँ, correct. You are correct. Try to solve this. Actually, I graded a gain crossover frequency. My fault. Try to solve it. Try to solve this question. Okay. 1.154. Correct. That was my mistake. My fault, guys. That was my mistake. Let me delete everything. I just read it as a gain crossover frequency. Okay, that was my fault. Okay, now let's solve this question properly. So they are saying we need to find out the phase crossover frequency, है ना? What is the phase crossover frequency at which the angle is equal to minus 180 degree? At which the angle is equal to minus 180 degree. So first we can convert it into a omega form. So in omega form, or I can say the frequency domain form, it will be j omega plus 2 whole cube, like this, right? Now what is the angle of j omega? What is the angle of j omega? It will be how much? It will be minus 90 degree minus 3 times of tan inverse omega by 2. Tan inverse omega by 2. Yes or no? It will be like this. The equation will be like this. Right? The equation will be like this. So here we can say for phase crossover frequency, they are asking for a phase crossover frequency, the angle will be equal to minus 180. So minus 90 minus 3 tan inverse omega by 2 is equal to minus 180. Now after solving this, you will get the omega 1.15 radian per second. Absolutely correct. Okay, absolutely correct. Option C is the right answer. Option C is the right answer. Correct. Now before moving further, let me give you one information that we have launched the All India mock test for all of our branches, including the electrical. This is an open for you all, so you can just avail it by just registering for it. Here you can see the test date, the test start timing, result date, and result and pattern of exam. So for this, the registration is open till 1st December. So don't forget to register for it, and you can compete with all the aspirants, with your fellow aspirants, and you can see where you stand. Also, it will help you to raise your problems if you have any doubt. So you can see the problem solving part is also available there. So don't forget to attempt this particular test. Now, next question. So the circuit shown below has an AC voltage of 120 volt RMS at 50 Hertz. The value of capacitance required to connect in parallel to a source to make the circuit power factor unity. Yes, sir, we are getting quality questions in Mega Mock. Yes, bacha. That particular Mega Mock is actually developed after researching the previous year questions and also from a good quality books. So yes, you are getting a good quality questions there. So the circuit shown below has an AC voltage of 120 volt RMS. The value of capacitance required to connect in parallel to the circuit, parallel to source, means there is one capacitor connected parallel to a source. They are saying there is one capacitor connected parallel to a source to make the circuit power factor unity. To make the circuit power factor unity. So what is the basic idea while solving this question? Tell me, what is the basic idea while solving this question? How for the particular, I can say the power factor is unity. How you can find out the power factor should be unity? Think about it and try to solve this question. Imaginary part 0 for Z equivalent. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. The imaginary part should be equal to 0. The imaginary part should be equal to 0. Okay. Now let's first find out. What is the impedance without the capacitor. Let's first find out what is the impedance without the capacitor. So if you see, J6 and 12 ohm are parallel and series with the 10 ohm. So I can say Z is equal to J6 parallel to 10 and series with the 10 ohm, right? So it will be J6 multiplied by 12 divided by J6 plus 12 plus 10, like this. It will be like this. Now we have to solve this equation. So let's solve it. So Z comes out to be how much? You can take 6 common. It comes out to be J12 divided by 2 plus J plus 10. You know? So here Z comes out to be how much? 10 to the 20 plus 10 times of J plus J12 divided by 2 plus J. You can solve it by any mean. You can solve it by any mean. So impedance comes out to be how much? 20 plus J22, 20 plus J22 divided by 2 plus J. So Z comes out to be how much? I can use the calculator here. So Z comes out to be how much? 20 plus. You can also check the calculation. If I have done any calculation mistake, you can tell me. So first you can convert it into a polar form. 29.73 angle 47.76 divided by 2 plus J. So it comes out to be 2.24 angle 26.56. Now I can find out the impedance. 26.56. It will be 13.27 angle 74.13 ohms. So it will be the total impedance here. It will be the total impedance here. Now this is the impedance when the capacitor is not connected. When the capacitor is not connected. If I connect a capacitor here, so the circuit become, I have a source and I have a capacitor here. Like this, I have a capacitor here and also the impedance here. Also the impedance we have here. So now both capacitor and impedance are parallel to each other. Both capacitance and impedance are parallel to each other. So that what will be total admittance here? Total admittance is equal to Y1 plus Y2. So this is what? You can say that it is minus J upon omega C. So you can write down like this. Omega C J plus what is Y2? Y2 is this one. 1 upon 13.27 angle 74.13. So again I can use the calculator. So it will be J omega C plus 0.075 angle minus 74.13. Now our imaginary part should be 0. The imaginary part should be 0. So what is the imaginary part here? Omega C plus 0.075 sine of minus 74.13 equal to 0. So from here, what is the capacitance? The capacitance will be 0.075 sine of 74.13 divided by 2 pi multiplied by 50. This will be the answer. Yes or no? Tell me. If you have any doubt in any step, you can ask. If you have any doubt in any step, you can ask. And let me solve this equation. So after solving that, we will get 0.23 millifarad. In which unit we need to find out? Okay, they didn't mention the unit here. Okay, no fault, no worries. So we got 0.23 millifarad. Okay, let me check one thing. The calculation, if I have done any calculation wrong. Okay, 2 plus J, okay, plus 10. It will be 20 plus J10. So it comes to J22. Then we have used the calculator here. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Any doubt here? So we got how much? 0.23 millifarad. Next one. Next question. The block diagram of a control system shown below, the time at which second overshoot occur will be dash second. We need to find out the time at which a second overshoot will be occur. Okay, so it's if the paper is easy, the question will come for 2 marks. If the paper is difficult, the question will come for 1 mark. So it will depending on level of paper you are going to get for a GATE exam. For that, this question can come for 2 mark or 1 mark. Okay, so try to solve this question. We have given a block diagram, so we need to find out the second overshoot occur. when the second overshoot occur. So think about it and try to solve this question. And bacho, tomorrow we are going to solve question of signal system and analog electronics on the same timing, 3 p.m. So don't forget to attend the classes. So in these 4 classes, means 2 classes I have taken the last week and today's class and the yesterday's class. So in this 4 classes, we are solved at least 40 questions based on these 4 subjects. So try to watch these classes again. If you have any doubt, you can post your doubt in a comment section, or you can join my Telegram channel and post your doubts there also. But you have to practice a lot because the GATE exam is near. So for that exam, you need to get a good rank. So how we can solve this question? First of all, what is the formula for the overshoot, or I can say for any overshoot? Okay, as you know here, the waveform of a second order system, as you know, for a second order system, this will be a waveform of time domain like this. Now this is the time at which first overshoot occur. This is the time at which first overshoot occur, and this is the time at which the second overshoot occur. This is the time at which the second overshoot occur. Okay, you are getting a 2.42 millifarad in a last question. Okay, if I have done a calculation mistake, let me check the calculation. Have you done in this particular method only? Tell me, have you done in this particular method only, or you have used another method? Meanwhile, I'm going to put the equation. Okay. I'm getting the same answer. Check your calculation once more, beta. You should check your calculation once more. Or are you getting the answer in microfarad? Because I'm getting the same answer in millifarad. Now, check your calculation once more. Although, is there any calculation mistake, we can solve it clearly. Okay, don't worry about it. If there is any mistake, there will be a calculation mistake. Otherwise, method is important. Okay, now next point. Where was I? Now we need to find out the time for overshoot. Time for nth overshoot. Time for nth overshoot is equal to n pi, n plus 1 pi upon omega n under root 1 minus zeta square. N plus 1 pi, or my fault, there will be n pi only. N pi omega n under root 1 minus zeta square. Okay? This is talking about, or do one thing, not nth overshoot. You can just write down time for overshoot is this. Time for overshoot is this. N pi under root omega n under root 1 minus zeta square. Now the question is, what the value of n we should put here? What is the value of n we should put here? Understand? When we talk about the first overshoot, we put n equal to 1. When we talk about the first overshoot, we put n equal to 1. Now, if you ask about the undershoot, this is an undershoot. Then the formula become n equal to 2. And for the second overshoot, the formula become n equal to 3. This you need to understand. Using this formula, that this is the formula of a time of these peaks that you are reaching. N pi divided by omega n under root 1 minus zeta square. So for first overshoot that generally we put n equal to 1. For the first undershoot, we put n equal to 2. For the second overshoot, we have to put n equal to 3. So in this way, you can remember the formula. But first, we need to find out omega n and zeta also. So for that, we have 1 plus gs hs equal to 0. 1 plus 10 divided by s plus 2. 10 divided by s plus 2, s plus 3 equal to 0. It comes out to be 2 plus 3, 5s plus 2 3 16 equal to 0. So omega n comes out to be root of 16. It comes out to be 4. Now 2 zeta omega n is actually equal to 5. So zeta comes out to be 5 by 8. Zeta comes out to be 5 by 8. Now what is the formula? Tp is equal to 3 pi upon omega n. Omega n is how much? 4 under root 1 minus zeta square 5 by 8 whole square. This we will get. Let me use the calculator again. We have 5 by 8. Okay. Okay, so after solving this, we will get Tp is equal to 3.02 second. We get Tp equal to 3.02 second. Okay, let's check the calculation also. So this formula is important. The formula is important here. That is n pi under root divided by omega n under root 1 minus zeta square for and you have to remember n equal to 1 for this, n equal to 2, which means time for first undershoot. Time for first undershoot. N equal to 2. N equal to 3 for the time for second overshoot, and they are asking time for the second overshoot only. Now before moving further, let me give you one more information that we have if you haven't downloaded our app, kindly download our app from the Play Store with this name, BYJU'S Exam Prep. Here with a daily free session is going on to boost up your preparation. From tomorrow also I'm going to bring a free session on an app for you. Also, we have a particular section, the leaderboard here, in which you can participate in a quiz and you can get your score and compare with the fellow aspirants we have in the class. So don't forget to download the app if you haven't downloaded. Next, the diagram is missing here. The diagram is missing here. Let me draw the diagram. This is the diagram here. Okay, this is a diagram here. Try to solve this question again. It's a 2-mark question. It's a 2-mark question. It's a 2-mark question. Try to solve this one. Everybody, try karo. We need to, if the switch K of the given network is closed at t equal to 0, this is the switch K. Connecting a battery to an uncharged network, important line, the value of di1 by dt and di2 by dt at t equal to 0 plus. di1 by dt, di2 by dt at t equal to 0 plus. Most of the time, the questions from a second order circuit will be like this, in which you need to find out a change of current, change of voltage. Okay, there is a very rare chance that they will ask you the equation of current for the second order system or the equation of voltage in a second order system. So you have to practice more questions like this, in which you need to find out the change of current or change of voltage. Okay, try karo ek baar. Everybody should try it. Everybody should try it. Simple question hai. Just the concept based question. Just the concept based question. Now they have said that the network is uncharged initially. They have said the network is uncharged initially. It means capacitor voltage at 0 plus is 0. Inductor current at 0 plus is 0. This is the meaning of this line. So if I draw my circuit at t equal to 0 plus, if I draw my circuit at t equal to 0 plus, what will happen? At t equal to 0 plus, since capacitor voltage is 0, it will be short circuit. Since capacitor voltage is 0, it will be short circuit. And here you can see the inductor current is 0, so it will be open circuit. It will be open circuit. This is V, this is R1, this is R2, this is inductor voltage VL, this is I1, or I can say I10. It is I10. Understood? Now from here I can say what is I10. I10 here is equal to V by R1. Just by applying the KVL, or you can say the Ohm's law, I10 is equal to V by R1. But we need to find out the change here. We need to find out a change here. Remember one thing. If you are going to differentiate this particular equation, you are going to get 0 always. this point you need to understand very carefully what is the meaning of di1 by dt at 0 plus. What is the meaning of this thing? What is the meaning of this thing? Meaning of this particular equation is that first you need to find out equation somehow, then you have to differentiate it and put it equal to 0. But don't differentiate this term, because if you differentiate this, you are always going to get 0 as an answer. Why? Because at particular time instant you will have a constant current or the constant voltage, so obviously you are going to get 0. Then why you have to go through all of this particular process? So understand this point. Many times students have done this mistake. So obviously I cannot find out di1 by dt here, but one thing you can note, can I find out the inductor voltage? Can I find out the inductor voltage? Inductor voltage here is equal to V. If you see very carefully, inductor voltage here is equal to V. Now what is the inductor voltage? We know the inductor voltage equation is like this. We know this is the inductor voltage equation, yes or no? Why I have put like this? Why I have put like this? See very carefully. The I2 is flowing from here. I2 is flowing from here. So VLT is equal to L di2 by dt. This is the VLT. Now if I want to find out inductor at t equal to 0, so I can do it like this. For inductor t equal to 0, for the voltage, I can do it like this. I can do it like this. So what we get? L di2 by dt at t equal to 0 plus is equal to V. So from here, what is di2 by dt at t equal to 0 plus? It comes out to be V by L. It comes out to be V by L. So this particular we have find out. di2 by dt is equal to V by L. Okay. Any problem till now? Any problem till now? Simple. We have find out the V by L. We have find out V by L. Now the main point here is that we need to find out di1 by dt. How we can do this? So here you can write down for t equal to 0. For t equal to 0. For t greater than 0. For t greater than 0. Can you write down the KVL equation here? Can you write down the KVL equation here? It will be minus V plus I1R plus 1 by C integration of I1 dt equal to 0. This will be the KVL equation here. See very carefully. This will be the KVL equation here. Okay. Now what you can do? You can differentiate it with respect to time. I can differentiate it with respect to time. I will get di1 by dt R plus 1 by C I1 equal to 0. So di1 by dt is equal to minus I1 by RC. This is the di1 by dt. This is the di1 by dt. Now I need to find out di1 by dt at t equal to 0. So it will be equal to minus I1 0 divided by RC. It will be equal to minus I1 0 divided by RC. Now what is I1 0? I1 0 is V by R1. I1 0 is a V by R1. You can see here. It is also R1. Sorry, it is also R1. So I1 0 is V by R1. So it comes out to be V R1 square multiplied by C. So this particular is the answer for this question. So this is a 2-mark question, a very important question. This type of question can come in your exam and it's a highly possible for the second order system. Okay. Any doubt? Any doubt here? Also guys, if you haven't liked the session, kindly like it and also share the session among your friends, so that more and more students can join the session. Now before ending a session, let me give you one question in your homework. This is your homework question. Let me give you two questions though. Let me give you two questions. This is your homework question. Give that answer in the comment section after the video, and also who are watching it live at t equal to 2 seconds. At t equal to 2 seconds. And those students who are watching it recorded, kindly give the answer in a comment section. Okay. So these two questions are going to be homework for you. So try to solve this question. Tomorrow we will do the question based on the subject analog and the signal system. So don't forget to attend the class. So bye guys. Take care. See you tomorrow on the same timing.